This video is sponsored by Displate. It has been over a year since I've done a 50 tips video for Apex Legends, and a lot has changed. We have Evo shields, we have 5 new legends, we have a bunch of new weapons, we have 2 whole new maps. They added the rank of Masters between Diamond and Predator, and there's still no footsteps. So as somebody that has consistently hit Masters, I would love to share 50 more tips for Apex Legends to help you noobs finally climb out of the lower ranks and just be better Apex players in general. So without further ado, let's start the tips. Tip number 1. In order to be really good at Apex Legends, you're going to need a better way to express yourself on your walls. Your walls are probably blank and full of nothing on them. You should fix that with today's sponsor, Displate. Displate is a one-of-a-kind metal poster designed to capture your unique passions. Displate's created a 21st century canvas that's sturdy, magnet-mounted, and durable enough to withstand a lifetime of intense staring. But staring's only half the fun. You can customize, collect, and rearrange them at will. It only takes 20 seconds to set them up with no power tools, no damages, no frustrations. There is bound to be a poster that you'll like. They have a wide variety of collections, from Marvel to anime to just general beautiful landscapes. On top of that, Displate is planting 1 tree for every single Displate sold, and they have already planted over 15 million trees. So if you click the link in the description down below, you can get up to 2 Displates for 23% off, or if you buy 3 or more, you can get it for 29% off. Seriously, these posters are pretty dope. Okay, so that wasn't actually our first tip. So now let's really start the 50 tips for Apex Legends. If you're rocking gold armor, give your teammates your shield batteries and medkits, especially if they are low on them, since you won't really need them. You can shoot your own octane jump pads, which is helpful when you want to hold a high area without fear of being jumped on by your own pad. If you land somewhere with really bad armor, you can upgrade your armor with just 50 crafting materials to blue. You will reload faster if there's at least 1 bullet in your magazine. Gibraltar can block WATTSON fences with his bubble.
Shield up.
This is incredibly strong when you're pushing a WATTSON team that thinks they're safe inside a building. And her ultimate won't destroy the Gibby bubble, by the way. You should turn off the setting that closes the death box when you take damage. Trust me, this is important so that you can armor swap more consistently. Heat shields get less effective the later the round is, and in the final ring, they will be destroyed almost instantly. So if you were planning on relying on them in the end, maybe change your plan. You can no longer jump on and off ziplines indefinitely. You can still do it a little bit to dodge bullets when riding one though. You can create a Pathfinder zipline next to a regular zipline, then you can jump between those ziplines indefinitely and also super fast, making you kind of a really difficult target to see. You can charge the Sentinel with 1 shield cell if you have gold armor. So give gold armor to somebody that's running a Sentinel. When you're trying to hide, on top of crouching, make sure not to switch weapons, as that makes a little bit of noise that can be heard. You can break Revenant's Death Totem, which can throw off a team thinking they can push in safely, since they won't be returned back to the totem. You can use LOBA's ultimate to block doors. Just don't block your teammates too, you noob. Try to come into this building, huh?
Oh, want me to try and come in? Alright, give me 1 second, sir.
Oh, well. You can evolve your armor shooting PvP enemies like spiders and prowlers. Just know that this may attract enemies near you, so be prepared to fight. However, the bow makes very little noise, so using that to shoot prowlers and spiders is smart to avoid confrontations. You can change your reticle colors now, so choose the color that fits you the best. I personally like the light blues or the pinks. Use your teammates' knockdown shields as a shield when they're knocked. It can block so much and win you the fight. If you're playing Rampart, don't make 2 Rampart walls on top of each other. They don't stack, and instead it will break the last one you're shooting through. You can use mobile respawn beacons as cover, which is huge in open end zones. If you're dropping an Evo shield that is very close to leveling up, let your teammates know about it. Even if they have similar armors, having an Evo shield about to level up is way better than a default one. Learn the hiding spots on each map. They can be clutch for winning a fight or just ratting for placement in ranked. You have to know when to cancel healing and help your team. Sometimes it's better to finish a fight versus healing. I had no idea! If your teammate has less health than you and you have more health than them, let them heal and you should try and distract the enemies while they heal. And vice versa. If you need a lot of one ammo type, pick up 2 guns with the same type of ammo and craft it. Now the crafter will give you a full stack of ammo per gun. So for 20 crafting materials, if you're holding 2 light guns, you can get 120 ammo. Pay attention to what's in the crafter. If you need a light or a heavy magazine, it might not be on the ground and only in the crafter. Also, the crafter will always have shield batteries and medkits. So if you don't have that many batteries, you should definitely craft some. Prowlers can climb and break doors, so you are not safe from them in buildings. Trust me, it's pretty scary.
We'll be safe inside, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wait. Oh my God.
Run. Some buildings in Stormpoint have holes on top of them that you can shoot through. So if you're hiding in one of these buildings, make sure to be cautious if a team is on top of you. Pull armor swaps out of boxes if you're planning on holding an area. These can be used when you need to heal quickly mid-fight. If somebody's reviving your teammate, you can drop an extra armor swap for that fallen teammate to make sure that they can quickly get back into the fight. As a Valkyrie using your ultimate, spin so you don't get shot out of the ultimate. When flying away with Valkyrie's ultimate or on balloons, you should skydive emote to confuse enemies, since they can shoot you down. What? This game is pay to win! You should practice skynading, throwing your grenades up vertically so they come down and explode. This essentially creates a sort of landmine if enemies are pushing on your position.
Frag out.
That was kind of a lame match.
You can place rampart walls on lava if you want to traverse the lava without taking damage. If your health isn't full, even if it's just a smidge of health, heal it up if you can. Trust me, the amount of times I've lived on 1 HP is insane. Make sure you use LOBA's ultimate in areas with loot. You'd be surprised how many times LOBAs just don't put their stick somewhere good. Also, don't forget to collapse your LOBA's ultimate when you're done so enemies don't get free loot. You can toggle the choke off the Peacekeeper, which is good for when you're holding doors or hiding around corners, since it makes a lot less noise. Don't spam the revive button, it's just not helpful. Although Crypto's EMP will still crack your armor if you drop it, you can still drop the armor to make sure that Crypto doesn't get any Evo Shield damage points. If you're holding a strong position, drop your weapon before going for a care package weapon. This way you can still use that weapon later if the care package weapon runs out of ammo. If you already are holding the best spot in the zone and the final squads are outside of the zone, make them come to you, don't push them. Run a recon legend to find where the final ring is. Knowledge is power in this game, and knowing where the ring will end can get you the most optimal location during the end game. In a slower match, if you are clearly doing more damage than your teammates and you already have red armor, swap with someone and upgrade their armor, especially if you're going to poke people from far away. You can put a heat shield, caustic traps, and Gibby bubbles on a trident. Each of these has their own purpose. Understand the way bullets drop. Energy is the fastest and heavy is the slowest, so when you shoot these different types of weapons, they have different bullet drop-offs. You can practice this in the firing range to better understand them. If you are a mobility legend like Pathfinder or Valkyrie and your teammates aren't, don't grapple or fly up without your teammates, since a lot of legends can't help you. Like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna win the fight, but on those 1 times out of 10, you're gonna wish your teammates were there. Gold mags reload your weapon when you swap them. However, a gold mag will not work on an L star. It's the same thing as a purple mag. So if someone else is running energy on your team, maybe give it to them. In ranked, if your teammates already have kills and assists, and they both get knocked while you're still alive, it's a pretty good idea to try to get out of there and survive as long as possible to get the best placement. This is called ratting. And trust me, if you wanna hit masters, you're gonna have to do this every now and then. Now, if somebody revives you with a gold bag, there will be a spark around it. So if you see an enemy with sparks around them getting revived, you should definitely try to kill them before they get up. And lastly, learn movement tech. There's a ton of movement like super jumping, tap strafing, wall bouncing. All of these are useful in different scenarios. And if you want in-depth tutorials on how to use any of these movements, go watch my buddy Moki Sniper. He has multiple videos on multiple movement in Apex. Links to his channels will be in the description down below. Whew, okay, that is another 50 tips for Apex Legends. I hope all you guys that are heart stuck in silver and gold can finally get to the higher ranks and maybe even earn yourself a dive trail. Apex Legends is a ton of fun, and it's even more fun when you're actually good at the game. So I hope these tips were helpful. But with that, I'll catch you later.